Total war, rods of God unleashed. The invisible war has begun. Iran's nuclear facilities silently are destroyed. Israel's on fire.
There we go.
Breaking news, riots in China. Chinese citizens turn against CCP, Chinese Communist Party, in deadly attack in the video. Xi has fallen. XE has fallen. That's number 11, right? Breaking news, riots in China. Chinese citizens turn against CCP in deadly attack. Well, you're running down the wrong path and Trump outwitted you. This factory is being crushed by U.S. tariffs. Workers going unpaid riot for U.S. depression-like conditions in August. China's factory activity contracted at its fastest pace in 16 months in April as steep U.S. tariffs took a heavy toll on the manufacturing sector, adding urgency to Beijing's efforts to roll out fresh economic stimulus. For the U.S., artificial intelligence says depression-like conditions by August.
We have ended HHS as the role as the vector, the principal vector in this country for child trafficking. And during the Biden administration, HHS became a collaborator in child trafficking and for sex and for slavery. And we have ended that, and we're very aggressively going out and trying to find these children, the 300,000 children that were lost by the Biden administration.
Before we begin, I want to acknowledge the conversations sparked by our last post. Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano made heavy claims, suggesting connections between Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Israeli intelligence. Some found it hard to hear, and I understand. We want to believe our governments, our institutions are doing the right thing. But history has proven that every nation, not just the United States, has its deep state. And sometimes, actions taken in secret raise serious questions. Some suggest Epstein's operation wasn't just about personal pleasure or greed. It resembled a classic honey trap, gathering compromising material on powerful figures worldwide. History teaches us intelligence agencies, including the CIA, MI6, Mossad, have engaged in dark operations before. Blackmail, coups, surveillance of citizens. These are not theories. They are documented facts. Raising these questions is not an act of hatred. It is an act of vigilance. Israel is a nation state, a powerful one, with its own interests, just like the United States, Russia, or China. Criticizing a government's actions is not the same as attacking a people, a culture, or a faith. We must stop allowing honest inquiries to be silenced by false accusations. Accountability should have no borders. Transparency should not hide behind sacred shields. If we ever hope to reclaim integrity in media, in governance, in global affairs, we must be willing to ask the uncomfortable questions, because the greatest threat to truth is silence. My friends, we are all anonymous.
If you get time, watch this.
I was in the library, and this book was on a stand. I'd like to read you a page. My back over my hips as I ask if we should take our clothes off. And he's saying yes before I finish my sentence. He's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a condom. We're kissing. Again, we're rolling over. Obviously, you can see where this is going. I don't know if it's because we're feeling especially emotional or just tired. But it was good too, so good. Because we were a mess of emotions, and we were scared and excited, and everything felt new. So this sort of feels like that. Nick touches me like he's scared that any minute. Now, this book was at my middle school, and it was on a stand. When I rented it out to show my dad it, the librarian asked if I wanted more and if I wanted a graphic novel version.
I don't think so. U.S. District Judge Jennifer Thurston has ordered that Border Patrol cannot arrest suspected illegal aliens without a warrant. Really? According to her ruling, Border Patrol must have reasonable suspicion to detain individuals and cannot pressure them into voluntary departure without informing them of their rights and obtaining their consent to leave. I think we need to have her at the inside of a paddy wagon. Boston judge set to face hearing for helping illegal migrants slip out of court to avoid ICE agents in 2018. The Massachusetts judge is set to face a hearing for helping an illegal migrant slip out of court to avoid an ICE agents in 2018, mirroring the recent arrest of a Wisconsin magistrate in an eerily similar case. Boston Municipal Court Judge Sheila Joseph will front a public hearing on June 9th over her alleged willful judicial misconduct after she allowed the twice deported migrant to flee before he could be nabbed by immigration officials, the Boston Herald had reported. The hearing before the Commission on Judicial Conduct will replicate an actual trial, which means her lawyers will have the chance to present evidence in her defense. Joseph is accused of violating the Code of Judicial Conduct by failing to comply with the law. And here,
bill as amended is agreed to. It's passed.
On this vote, the yeas are 84, the nays are 16. The bill is passed. As amended is passed.
Present.
can you imagine voting against a bill to get fentanyl out of our country when it clearly kills people? It's only used by drug addicts. What in the world is going on here? 9 prominent Democrats had their overseas accounts frozen for a further audit by DOJ. Thank goodness. Pelosi's one of them, so is Elizabeth Warren. Investigations come before arrest. The ball is rolling forward. Maui got burned to the ground and Congress did nothing. North Carolina got flooded by a hurricane and Congress did nothing. Florida got hit by a Category 4 hurricane, Helene, and Congress did nothing. An illegal immigrant gang member gets deported and Congress is rushing to try to bring him back. Congress is the problem. He did it not to create the Democrats' hate. He exposed it. He did not create the media's bias. He exposed it. He did not create a corrupt FBI, CIA, and DOJ. He simply exposed it. He did not create the deep state or the DC swamp. He exposed it. He did not create the corruption in both political parties. He simply exposed it.
This is crazy. Listen to this.
That Americans need to prepare for being on their own for quite some time. So people need to be able to have enough food, enough water. They need iodine pills.
Wheeler overturns in Wise County, spills millions of dimes. Oh, music to my ears. The southbound lanes of 287 in Wise County are shut down near FM 1655 after an 18-wheeler overturned and spilled millions of dimes all over the roadway on Tuesday. Police said the driver veered off the road and overcrowded, causing the truck to roll over on its side. The truck was carrying $800,000 in dimes. Cleanup is currently underway. The driver and passenger were taken to the hospital with no life-threatening injuries. It looks like they're out there with some kind of big old vacuum cleaner vacuuming up the dimes.
Oh,
I would have helped with that.
We have a video.
But wait, there's more. Margaret Ann says, wait, there's more.
The southbound lanes of 287 are shut down after an 18-wheeler overturned and spilled thousands of dimes all over the roadway. There's a video. All of this happening in Wise County near FM 1655. Police say the driver veered off the road, overcorrected, causing the vehicle to roll onto its side. Cleanup, though, currently underway. Police say the driver and the passengers were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Well, and here they are lining up to get the silver versus the Bitcoin. Bitcoin, again, is baby trafficking coin. It's something that's made up. There's no intrinsic value. There's no value to it whatsoever. They say there's 21 million of it, but you buy one, you don't know which one of the 21 million it is. It's just a scam, folks. They're trying to relieve some of the pressure against the finite market of silver and gold, especially the finite market of silver and gold as far as coin of the realm is concerned. So they're trying to offload some of the demand for real money into some of the stuff that's fake. Now, it's a different type of fake money, but it's fake because it doesn't fit the definition of real money.